Okay, next we're going to move on to the council term organization. First is I would like to nominate Corey Branch as Mayor Pro Tem. Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next I have the committee structures, economic development and innovation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's one typo in here. I'll explain it when I get to the bottom. Chair is Nancy McFarland, Dickie Thompson, Nicole Stewart, Corey Branch. Transportation, Chair is Corey Branch, Kay Crowder, Steph Mandel. Neighborhoods, Chair is Russ Stevenson, David Cox, Steph Mandel. Growth and Natural Resources, Chair, sorry, that was a mistype. Chair is Kay Crowder, Vice Chair is Dickie Thompson, Nicole Stewart, and Russ Stevenson, and David Cox. So if there's no further discussion, we'll move on to the consent agenda.
Well, there is further discussion. I think these committee appointments by code require a full council vote, and so I'd like to have some more.
Mr.
I'd like to have some more discussion about this.
I'm asking for the attorneys.
No, they don't require a full council vote. Council can consider as a separate item if 5 members of the council want to do something different with one or more of the committees. But they don't actually require a confirming vote.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So what has been handed out at the table is the alternate proposal for the committee organization. And I believe Councilor Cox has a motion.
Yes. Per City Code Section 1-1035, which states that it is the full council's ultimate responsibility to make council committee assignments, the following committee list is submitted for a council vote. Economic Development and Innovation, Nancy McFarland, Dickie Thompson, Corey Branch, and Nicole Stewart, with Nancy McFarland designated as chair. Healthy Neighborhoods, Russ Stevenson, Nicole Stewart, and Steph Mandel, with Russ Stevenson designated as chair. Transportation and Transit, Corey Branch, Kay Crowder, David Cox, with Corey Branch designated as chair. Growth and Natural Resources, Kay Crowder, Dickie Thompson, Steph Mandel, David Cox, and Russ Stevenson, with Kay Crowder designated as chair.
Is that a motion?
That's a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Well, I have to say this is the first time I've known of that the council has not respected the mayor's choice of committee members. I think that if they're getting input and thinking about the balance of all the committees, that that's a reasonable job. I do realize there are 5 people on Growth and Natural Resources, but we had a hard time getting a quorum last year. We had a hard time meeting. With 5 people on a committee, it does restrict what you can talk about. Obviously, you can only talk about anything that is on the agenda. You can't broaden your discussion to go into any other parts. So,
May I offer a couple comments?
yes.
All right. Let me say that I think this motion reflects 2 important elements. One relates to building council consensus. This alternate committee assignment is the result of conversations with all the city council members and reflects the best efforts to accommodate each member's interests and desires towards fulfilling their council responsibilities. Number 2 relates to forming a council working majority. While there may be individuals and groups in the city that are unhappy with the outcome of the 2017 council election, it is nonetheless the new council's solemn responsibility to form a working majority that can take effective action on behalf of the entire city of Raleigh, while balancing all legitimate interests in conformance with Raleigh's adopted comprehensive plan and strategic plans. And it is with this sense of responsibility that
Okay.
these counselors have offered this alternative committee assignment list.
Okay, then I'll call for the vote.
I'd like to make
All in favor?
I'd like to make a comment, Mayor. Mr. Stevenson, I'm going to take exception of one of the things you just said,
Okay.
that you got a consensus of the people at this table, and that's not exactly accurate because the first time I've seen this list when I was just handed it.
Right.
So that's not right. And I think in the past, it's been customary for the mayor to make selection. I'd like to know your motivation for this. I heard a few comments there, but I mean, the fact of the matter is, there are 8 people at this table, and we all get to make a vote.
Right.
And so even though I applaud folks want to be active in committees, they're all going to have an opportunity
Right.
to vote on each case.
Well, there's probably others here who have not seen this exact list, but these proposed council assignments are based on your conversations with other council members. And so, again, you may not have seen this list, but your wishes were very much taken into consideration in terms of working to find a council majority. I think that the people who have been in discussion about this list have been working very hard to find a working council majority because we understand that a divided council going forward is not going to be very effective, and certainly have made every attempt to engage everyone at this table, and in hopes that we could reach an even stronger majority than I think this represents.
Thank you, Mr. Stevenson. So I have a motion on a second to accept the committee assignments as presented by Mr. Stevenson. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. That's 4-3.
Well, we have to wait for,
He's not here.
But he was unexcused.
Okay, so he
Correct.
counts as
Yeah, it counts as a yes vote if he was not excused.
he's not excused, so it's 5-3.
okay, so the motion passes.